Hey guys, it's me, Michi, here, and I have a topic to talk about today. So I'm doing one of those sketchy, drawy things where, honestly, the art has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. So you just kind of get to watch it while I ramble because I don't have a really good camera right now, so I don't get to show my face, and I feel like this is easier. I know Holly Brown does it a lot, where she'll talk about art topics and she'll be like sketching something and work on her homework or whatever. And I know Mark Curley does stuff too. Bailey J. Anyway, this is my point of view on ArtBlock, and this is something I've wanted to make for a long time because I really hate seeing artists saying that ArtBlock doesn't exist because it does exist. It very much does exist, and I feel like I should explain what ArtBlock is because for the longest time I myself did not know what art block was. Like nobody really explained what it was, and even now they still never really explain it. And so I felt like I should talk about what art block is, at least to me, and things that I do to help kick it in the butt. So to me, art block is not it's not that you can't draw. A lot of people think art block is like fuck, I cannot draw, blah blah blah. To me, Michelle, art block is where nothing you draw looks right. By that, I'll use myself as an example. I can sketch a bust really fast because that's all I used to draw were busts. So if I have a single character bust just alone, I could probably get the sketch done in less than 15 minutes. And if it's a chibi bust, even less than that. So let's say I sketch out the bust, and I know I can do this in less than 30 minutes. Less than 15, 30, whatever. But when I look at it, normally it looks good. But right now, it doesn't. And I can't put my finger on it. So I end up, getting rid of digital work, deleting the sketchbook, just, screwing it, and, going on to another page. And I'll keep redrawing this bust or other things trying to kick it, and nothing looks right. The anatomy looks off. The expressions aren't correct. The hair doesn't look. It just I'm not pleased with it, and it makes me aggravated. To me, that's what art block is. It isn't like, oh shit, I don't know what to draw right now, because I feel like that's a completely different thing that I want to do a video on about motivation and inspiration, because those are completely different topics. But to me, that's art block. Art block is nothing looks good, and it should look at least a certain way for you. I'm not even saying that because the whole, seeing inside your head, putting to paper thing, a lot of people aren't at that level. I'm not even fully at that level yet, which is why I feel this is important. And this is what I do to kick art block in the butt because and what I'm going to say is going to piss a lot of people off and they're going to think it's terrible advice, but take a fucking break. Okay? Step away from the sketch or the digital or your computer or whatever it is you are doing the medium on and just take a break because to me, if because I've pushed through art blocks. Oh, I have pushed through them and it's been terrible and I've been depressed and I've hit such a bad art burnout that I didn't draw for nearly like 3 weeks because nothing looked right and I kept working, but nothing came out right. And that's what I'm talking about here. You take a break so that way you can recharge yourself. A lot of people don't seem to understand, and even other artists don't seem to understand that you will hit a burnout. I have seen artists hit burnouts. I have seen artists hit art blocks so bad that even though they are pushing through it because they have to make deadlines, and they are one of those people that does not believe in art block, they waste so much time. And that's why I'm getting into my next thing, which is time management. Like I said, I know for a fact I can get a bust done in under 30 minutes. And this is a cartoony bust, not a realistic bust. I guess I should have specified that. But if you watch my channel, you kind of assume what I draw, which is cartoons. So, anyway. My brain. Time management. As a self-employed artist, time management is very important. That's why I said I know I can get a bust done in 15 minutes, like the sketch. I know I keep saying 15 and 30 but, whatever. It's in a short time frame. Um, is because I've done live streams. I've timed myself. I've made speed paints. I know how long it takes. And because I know that, when I'm in an art block, something that should take me 30 minutes could take me an hour, 2 hours, even a day or two. And then I look at myself and I'm like, fuck, I wasted so much time. I could have gotten so much shit done. I could have gotten other commissions done, and then you get depressed because you're like, "Oh, why doesn't it look right? What am I doing wrong? Why isn't this working? It worked fine before." Which is what I think the problem is, which is why I'm saying you need to take a fucking break. I'm gonna keep saying take a break, just so you know. So if anybody gets really bored and aggravated, you can just, mute the video and watch me work on whatever I decided to throw up here for the file. Um, because it really helps. Just a day, because when you don't feed the art block, you don't feed the aggravation, you don't feed the stress, you're better off for it. So what I tend to do is I will not be on my computer at all. I might check like Facebook and Twitter or YouTube, but I won't draw, I won't check DA, I won't check FA, I won't check Tumblr, I won't check any of that stuff. I will read a book, I will go for a walk, I will play a video game all day. I will do pretty much, I'll take care of myself. I'll take a day off. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, shit, Michelle, what if I have a deadline? What, I can't afford to take a day off." See, that's another thing. And again, people are probably not going to like this answer. Don't procrastinate. I know I'm the worst person to this, but when you procrastinate too, you also hit the art block because nothing looks right, and then you're like, "Shit, I don't have time." Which is another reason why I'm saying you need to take the break when you can, so you don't waste your time. Because when, like, I have a few artists I watch. I've seen their live streams. I've heard their problems. Some of them are going through some severe issues right now, and I feel terrible for them, and I really wish I could help. And I see them push through art blocks because they have to, and like you can see how frustrated they're getting. You can see that they've been working on a sketch for like 3 hours, and they're saying it like in the stream or in the chat or whatever. Like, "I don't know why this doesn't look right." It's that, and they keep changing it, and and then there's 3 hours wasted. Like, nothing looks right. You wasted those hours when you could have just, been trying to relax, trying to take care of yourself. And again, I know it's a bad advice, but that goes back to time management. If if you know you have to get something done, which is why I don't give my commissioners deadlines. I can give them an estimated deadline, but I don't be like, "Okay, you will have this by tomorrow. You will have this by, Wednesday. You will have this in a week or so." And while a lot of people don't like that, I feel like it's easier for me to get it done because I'm actually very fast. People have seen me be very fast. Which is why I take the breaks when I need to. People don't take breaks, and that's very important. And I really don't like people who bring up like, "Oh, well, art block isn't a thing if you just have, proper self-control and proper diligence and proper all this and that." And I'm like, but I see these same people talking about art block at the same time. Like, they will say those things, and they'll be like, "Well, all I got done was this one chibi when I could get in a normal work day, I could get two full bodies, a background, and, a bust and a chibi or something crazy like that." That's not someone I actually know. I just made it up in my head. But it's what I'm talking about here. Like, and by taking a break, I'm not saying taking a break for like a week or a month, because then that's when you hit the burnout. You take a break for a day. A single day is not going to kill you. Especially if you have the proper time management to be like, "Okay, nothing looks right." So before you get frustrated, you pull yourself away. You don't touch it. Like I said, for me, I don't do any art. I didn't do any art that day. And that's really hard for me because I draw almost every day. But it's really nice just to be like, when you tell yourself, like, "Okay, this isn't working out. I'm going to break. I'm going to go away from the computer, away from the sketchbook, away from whatever. Maybe watch a movie, like I said, read a book, or I'll play this game I've been playing. Currently, I've been playing the shit out of Fire Emblem Fates." And, it's nice just for me, to shut my brain off, not think about it. And then when I wake up the next day, I'm not flipping out. I'm not stressed out. I'm not that, and I'm not this. And I look back and I'm like, "Oh, I made these mistakes. I'm going to fix this." And then my art block's gone because I took a day for myself. And again, this is something that took years of practice for me. Like, for the longest time, I was one of those people that would try to push through art block, and I'd hit a burnout, and then I would be miserable and I'd be depressed, because to me, drawing makes me happy. making people happy with my art makes me happy, you know, and I, I feel like I rambled, but this is more like a, you know, I don't want to say a call out because I'm not going to name people who's talked about this, but just a thing where people talk about like, oh, if you're a professional, you don't get a day off, you don't get a bloody bloody blah, and that's true. But as another YouTuber I watch, who's an artist YouTuber, I'm not going to say who it is, he admitted that since he started working at a animation company, I think he works at an animation company, he doesn't draw anymore, like for himself at all. He goes to work, draws, and then goes home and be with his family. And that's what I'm talking about. Like that to me is burnout. You're not drawing for yourself. You're not drawing to make yourself happy. You're drawing to work. And hey, for some people, that's all you can do. But if you can avoid it, your artwork shows. When an artist is happy and proud of their work, you can tell and you can see it in their work. I could tell when I look back at some of my older pictures. Some of my older pictures that I think now the anatomy looks off on, but if I look at it compared to when I was in a depressive art blocky state that I tried to push through, the art blocky state stuff looks like shit, and the stuff I did when I was happy and I just worked on looks good. Still now, I feel like it looks good. Might tweak a couple things here and there, but it's decent. And that's all I really wanted to say about that, and hopefully, I don't know. I hope I get out there and I help people out and I tell people that, you know, you're not a bad person for taking a fucking break. That's another thing I've seen is a lot because a lot of those artists who say that art block doesn't exist, they're like, well, then these people aren't real artists. They're not, you know, determined enough. They're not going to willing to fight for it. It's like, well, what's the fucking point of fighting for it if in the long run you're screwed? If in the long run you're depressed and you hate your art and then you hit a burnout and you don't fucking draw for 3 months or 4 months or weeks. And then, you know, got a little ranty there towards the end. Oh, well, that's just me. So I just, I'm hoping to make more of these videos so I don't, you know, sound so rambly. But this is something I'm very passionate about and I really want to get my opinion out on it. So there you go. There's my Michi advice. If you feel like you're hitting an art block and shit don't look right, take a day off. And then the next day, just take it easy. Maybe instead of finishing something, have a sketch day. I've started doing that, and that has been fucking great. Like, what I used to do was I would try to finish a commission in a day, or more. I could usually finish like 1 or 2 in a day, maybe more. Like a full, you know, rendered everything. So I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I'm not feeling too good today. I'm just going to sketch. I'm going to sketch a fuck ton of commissions, or I'm going to sketch personal stuff, or art trades, all that jazz. And then the next day, I'll have an inking day, and then I ink all day, and then the day after that, I have a flats day, and the day after that, a coloring day, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you get the picture. And that also, ow, my finger! Sorry, I stabbed myself. I got my nails done recently. And I'm one of those people who talks with their hands, but you're not going to see that because there's nothing, you know, recording my face. Maybe in the future I'll show my face, but not right now. But that's, yeah. See? I'm on a ramble. I'm on a tangent. That's what I was saying. Oh, yeah. And I've been getting shit done a lot faster because I took breaks. Oh, who would have thought? And that's another thing, too, with just taking breaks and the whole time management thing. A lot of people I watch a lot of live streams, okay? I love watching artists' live streams. I love watching artists work. I've seen people do, like, 18 hours straight live streams with no break. Like, I will not see, like, they will, like, break to pee or something, or get a snack, but they won't be like, okay, I'm just gonna chill for 10 minutes and, you know, go take a dump, you know, read, spend time with family, something. And I'm like, holy fuck, how do you work 18 straight hours with no break? And then when you hit the burnout, you're surprised you hit a burnout. Like, I feel bad for these people, which is why I made this whole video, is I want people to take a break and not hurt yourself. Art should be fun. Art should make you happy. Art should make other people happy. It shouldn't be a, you know, a nuisance or a chore to wake up in the morning and get work done. But I guess that's just me. So this is Michelle, Twisted Disaster, Twisted Michi, signing off, and I will see you guys next week with maybe another one of these talkie videos. I kind of like this. Bye!